Okay, let's show you how to identify levels when using dumb money concepts. It's super easy. First of all, is only the candle bodies that you're going to care about, the opens and the closes. And then we also have pass-through levels, and then we also have jumping, skipping levels, I suppose. I'm going to show you exactly how you identify which level it's going to take. Here's a hint, you don't know for sure, so we're going to be using multiple. We're just looking at the NASDAQ here, and we're not cherry picking anything. We're just going to show you exactly what's happening. So every time something gains a level, it's just going to retest the most significant level behind. You can also draw the level on the opposite side of the candle. These both exist. They're both possibilities in which it could retest. So you could, on a smaller time frame, place an order on both, for example. Okay. If you are jumping levels or skipping levels, so you have this little level here, that is a possibility of a level. It's still untested. That's a bad example because it's so thin, but the level that's lost is this one. But you can see that anytime you jump, you're going to skip all these levels, right? So you jump this, you're not going to come back and retest those because it's very far. So you jump this level and you've got the most significant gain right there. And you've got kind of a least one here. So this is your zone of levels that you're going to be looking for entries in, right? The level that they actually ended up taking is on the bottom side here. You can see any of these levels are possibilities, and you can kind of line them up in hindsight because you never know which level they're going to exactly take. And that's the whole point of this. But you are going to be able to draw levels and get an area of what you're actually looking for. So this is your whole area that you'd be looking for. You would definitely not want to be in this zone, okay? Now, the next thing to note is there's something called pass-through levels. But there is also a possibility is if these candles are really wide, right? They're really, really large. You can pass through levels from left side data, okay? I'll look for an example here really quick. This is a very large candle here, right? So it's pretty hard for price to come all the way back to that top. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna use levels that are passed through from old data. So you can see how perfectly that one lines up. So you're gonna be able to draw all of these significant levels. And again, you never know exactly which ones are which. You never know exactly which ones are gonna hold true. You can see here, the level that was actually used is a pass-through level on this gain because we didn't want to come all the way back down. Pass-through level. And as the level passes through more and more candles, it's weaker and weaker. The older the data, the weaker and weaker it gets, right? So it gets less and less significant over time. Here is another example. This is a pass-through level, right? The level that they didn't use, they did not use this one because it was too far. They decided to take an earlier level, which was less significant, but it was closer than that actual level here. So they actually use that one instead. So these you're gonna be able to find all the time. And then the other note is skipping levels, right? Again, go back to skipping levels. If you have a massive candle like this, or an FVG, as ICT traders like to call it, you can see that you've actually got both examples here. You've got a pass-through level that's being used there because this is a very large candle. Skipped all of these levels, skipped this one, and then ended up using a pass-through level. So that's all three concepts of levels put into one. Going back to the very beginning of the video, the significant thing that you need to know is every time that we gain a level, we're going to come back and test the level that is gained before continuing to the upside. And it's a progression. And that's how you draw levels every single time, right? Back here, you can see that's a level that we gained, we retest it, and then we continue up. And we gain it again, we retest it, and then continue up. But this time, we failed on the retest, okay? That's all levels are, guys. You can skip levels if price is really volatile, right? Or you can use pass-through levels that pass through old data if that volatility is too large that we don't want to come all the way back down because the momentum is keeping us in action, okay? If we don't have that and it is slowly progressing, then it will do exactly what you think and it will just slowly retest as needed. That's all.